Welcome to another episode of the Long Game Podcast with Sandra Scaiano. Today, the long game is 1, 2, 3. It's about simplicity. It's about understanding. It's about losing the overwhelm. Just give me the 1, 2, 3. You're listening to the Long Game Podcast with Sandra Scaiano. In a world where everyone is doing, it's easy to get lost in a sea of comparison, secret tricks, and promises of overnight success. The long game is my approach to business. The actual day in and day out philosophy that you have to show up, you have to do the work, and there's no quick fixes for long-term success. I'm a web designer, digital strategist, and energetic thinker, and I'm here to share the process and lessons I experience with my clients daily who are going through the same struggles of building a business as you are. We'll hear from successful entrepreneurs sharing their long game strategies, and I'm fun, so we're going to have a little fun along the way too. Thanks for being here. Let's get to today's episode. I was in a mastermind with some friends a few years back, and we shared a lot of information between us. And whenever I shared my knowledge, and at that time everyone wanted to know about Facebook ads, I always did it in 1, 2, 3. First do this, next do that, then do this. Facebook ads are a huge topic that are super confusing, and breaking it down into the first steps helped the group move forward. So my teaching concept was solidified there. So much so that we used to joke about it in the group. If I ever went beyond in my explanation, the group brought me back around by saying, Sky, just give me the 1, 2, 3. And I thank you for that, ladies. It's important in this time where we're leaning so much on the digital with products and courses and memberships to be clear and give the transformation in just a few steps before adding on more knowledge and concept. This past week, I took a 3-day workshop. In 3 one-hour sessions, my mind was blown just by tackling one concept. The subject matter, Google Analytics, is so vast, but because of the approach, there were so many ahas. After the first session, I was thrilled with what we covered. I felt so good about my choice to sign up. The next 2 sessions built upon the first day's learning, and an overwhelming topic became attainable, doable, understandable. See what I did there with those 3s? That is transformation, and it happened in bite-sized steps. The concept of 3s has been around for ages, and there's science behind it. According to Scientific America, citing university studies, when we feel we don't have command of our fate, our brains invent patterns that offer a sense of self-control. And 3 is the minimum amount needed to create a pattern. So in our brains, if something happens once, it could be by chance. Twice, it's a coincidence. 3 times, and our brains see a pattern, and they start to create meaning from it. So patterns are soothing to us, and recognizing them allows us to feel more in control, therefore absorb material better. Patterns, subconsciously, help our brains to understand the situation and to plan for the future. The science of 3s is applied in a number of places for understanding. So 3 is the basis for all stories, beginning, middle, end. In my own realm, websites, think about how we show our offers in 3s. 3 icons or images that link to your services. In copywriting and sales, like the rule of 3s is a big concept. You will look better, feel lighter, and be healthier. We use 3s when we want to emphasize a product or a service. In photography, there's the rule of thirds, and it's a composition concept where the image is broken down into 3s and you place your subject in one of those thirds. Our mind registers this composition better than a randomly placed object. In physics, Sir Isaac Newton, he wrote 3 rules of motion. Religion, there's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And there's the third eye. It's the all-knowing one. So 3s are everywhere. And once you open your eyes to it, you'll notice it more. So I just saw the concept of 3s being used at the bottom of a Nordstrom anniversary sale email. Pick up in store, alterations in every store, and style experts in stores and online. So the concept of 1, 2, 3 is about understanding. It's about having the information you convey be understood by your audience. And our brains kick in with extra attention because a pattern is being formed. As entrepreneurs, we've all experienced taking a digital course, a workshop, a webinar. How many of you have not finished or not implemented because of overwhelm? No judgment. I'm totally raising my hand too, and I always vow to go back. Doesn't always happen. But many course creators think that it's best to give it all to make the best course. They overload their course with content, and their audience never completes it, which is the exact opposite of what's intended. We see it in launches too. Bonus after bonus being tossed at the audience. So much content that you need to be hyper committed to get to it. And really, we just want the transformation. All the extra stuff is just extra. And not that those items aren't useful, but packing it on, it makes us think we're getting a better value, so we buy, when the better value actually comes through the course design. And since we're leaning on digital more than ever nowadays, it's important to be aware of if what you do online is being understood and utilized by your audience. I'm working on my next course right now, and it's about building out your course membership or digital product. Hashtag we all need one. And I'm going all in on the 1, 2, 3 concept. It's funny because I've naturally been thinking about having 6 modules and realize that thinking gives me 2 sets of 3. But the overall course is one concept and one result. And that result will propel your business forward. When you are creating a course, a digital product, or anything for your audience, think about what is the transformation you are providing? What are the essential steps needed to take to reach the transformation? And what's the easiest way for you to convey the information? Side note, go back and listen to episode 16 with Krista Smith. How can this be easy is her motto. And when we're using only what is the essential approach, it's a nod to the book Essentialism, where author Greg McKeown defines essentialism as the disciplined pursuit of less but better. Less stuff, better result. Success by design. And this leaves you space to create more. Like people will naturally go on to what is next with you because you have delivered on your promise of transformation, done so in a way that was easy to follow, and earn their trust through the process. I can't wait to take more analytics classes. I want to deepen my knowledge and apply it to my own business. After I finished that course, I went to the website to see what else was being offered. What else can I sign up for? That is the transformation effect. When people have such a great transformation, they want to continue on with you. So the 1, 2, 3 approach is long game thinking. It's serving up a transformation, and in doing so, building a relationship with your customer, furthering the relationship with your customer, and creating a foundation for doing more together. So I'm challenging you. Today, take a look at what you do. Is it too complicated? This can even apply to what you do on social media. Are there parts that you can 1, 2, 3 to move understanding and transformation along? For your next live, go on and do a 1, 2, 3 about something in your industry. See what the difference is. And if you're thinking about how you can have an online course or digital product for your biz, hop on over to my website, sandraskye.com, and get on my list. I'm sharing info twice a month, and you'll be the first to know about my new course. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. All right, I'll see you next week, folks. Hey, it's Sandra. I'm back again to share with you what I am loving right now. All right, right now, I am loving my iPad keyboard. It's the ultimate in mobility. I bought it so I could take my kids to the pool. And this year with the pandemic, pool time is even more important to the kids and more important to the health of our family. And I'm always trying to figure out every summer, like how can I work at the pool? In years past, I tried bringing my laptop. That was too hot. Just working on the phone, too small. But the iPad with keyboard is just right. I love to just put it on my lap. I've got an umbrella that I attach to my chair, so it gives me shade and it keeps me cool, and I'm actually able to see the screen. And since it's an iPad, so much of what I use is accessible via an app. So I can do my email, my notes app where I write a lot of notes for my podcast episodes. I can access Trello and Dropbox. There's so many things. I can watch videos and take notes. I can brain dump when I'm at the pool. I actually last week took a Zoom call on my phone, and then I typed notes on the iPad at the pool. The only con is that the keyboard's a bit smaller than my laptop, but I've adjusted now and can really get something done in my time there. It's been the best purchase for facilitating summer with my family. And these are things we got to think about as working moms. So check it out. I'm going to put a link in the show notes to the one that I've got. But I also know some friends who have bought other models. I bought the Apple one, but you can get another model that works for whichever iPad you have. But it's a great way to facilitate. So you're not saying no to your kids. They're able to go out and have a good time, and you can still get some stuff done. All right, enjoy. I'll see you next week. Thanks for joining me today. You can access more info in the show notes at thelonggamepodcast.net. If today's show connected with you in some way, please share it with your friends or hop on iTunes and leave me a review. Until next time, keep playing the long game.